Ye cannot understand those who remains as they have always been in this life, almost as if they are infants refusing to walk and talk. Ye say that feels like the right words only to receive a blank stare, or what you now consider. So, ye try a different approach with the same result. Even though this is a confusing time, it is glorious. For you are beginning to sense your new being through your different life approach, and through those who no longer wish to communicate with you. Of course, you respond that those firmly ensconced in treaty, and you can discuss your differences to arrive at a mutually beneficial solution. While such might be possible, it is highly unlikely, for you speak two distinct languages that no longer intersect. With the positive, high-frequency neutrinos that are enveloping and interpenetrating our physical presence, we can move into crystalline time, in which the molecules of our bodies are translated into symmetrical arrangement and can be translated in time without affecting the laws of nature. We are becoming crystalline through the rearrangements of the molecules of our bodies, enabling us to move in translation of time without affecting the functioning of our bodies, except that we become ageless. Our constituent parts become hyperradiant, like superconductor, providing a crystalline presence that draws other entities into alignment with us. It is like freezing a clear crystal and coating it with water that freezes on its surface. The ice molecules come into alignment with the molecular structure of the crystal. In the case of humans, our state of being translates in space and time into a condition. We can be in more than one place at the same time. To realize crystalline time, we can be in a state of mental and emotional equilibrium. We can be completely responsible for ourselves and do not need any input from anyone else, as we align with our heart consciousness. We become multidimensional and are able to realize our presence in multiple places at the same time and in multiple times in the same place. In our true being, there is much more for us to realize than we have imagined. You are not just there to be of service to the collective, you are also there to have your own experiences. In the past, you may have looked at your life and wondered why you ever would have chosen to go to Earth and take on so much. Now is the time when all of your hard work pays off, because you get to receive it first before spreading it around. You get to be the conduits of all of that beautiful healing energy that humanity needs now more than ever. Welcome to you, dearest growth, and all the glorious souls that inhabit your planet that have been drawn towards the truth of our words. It could not thrill us more to see the complete change around those who walk your earth, and to be able to leave you in your own capable hands. We know there are struggles in finding this knowing of truth, because there has been the intention of the lesser lighted ones to make your life a struggle. Yet, with all that is destined, it is so encouraging to see that the narrative you are speaking of is becoming the focus and not the when it is all going to change for us. That, of course, meant you were looking outside of yourselves for the change. You were relying on others to change, and then assume that everything would change for you. Yet, nothing will change on the outside if you do not allow the change within to take place. Well, say if the banks collapse or another lockdown comes, that would be a change on the outside, wouldn't it? Yes, yet the change you are accepting will only resonates as truth when you have discovered the change within inside of you. You get to work with the grids that have been repaired and restored so much over the past several decades. You are there to save humanity from itself, but you are also there to enjoy the ride. When you try to enact change the old-fashioned way, you see where that gets you. People close themselves off to you, or they laugh at you for believing in things that are so different from the norm. But no one is going to reject the light and love that you project when you access it for all of humanity and spread it around like a human system. And yes, when you do it that way, those same people who once thought you were a little bit crazy will find themselves gravitating to you and wanting to know what your secret is. There is no real secret and nothing that needs to be hidden from anyone else at this point, as you find alignment with yourself, your words, your actions, and your thoughts. You align with Source, and you align with the energies that are coming in to heal the consciousness of your collective. At the same time, those firmly enmeshed in treaty will be jealous of your seemingly unstoppable ability to live peacefully. They will wish for you to fail in both words and actions, and when you give a little credence to those wishes, they will become angrier. That last thought might frighten some of you. It need not, for their anger, rage, and yes, fear will not last for long. Your disinterest in their self-induced misery will shift their lives from world dominance to small pockets of discontent. Does this mean those fully enmeshed in treaty will lose their money? Possibly. More importantly, they will lose their power, their ability to dominate the thoughts and actions of the masses. This is a new world. Those firmly enmeshed in treaty cannot not do they want to acknowledge or act upon that newness. Their ongoing goal in this life will be to reinforce what was, only to discover no one cares, and more importantly, if you will follow. They have become kings and queens without a country, and most often without means of support, for their support was generated by their outer-directed followers. Well, we know we are love, we try to come from love in all we do, and yet I still feel a very average human, not superhuman. Is it a matter of moving through grades in order to get our degree? Not. It is a way of moving through programming and recognizing programming and bursting through all that it is into the freedom that awaits when you've done so. It has the Matrix movie running through this thread. All around you are signs to the way out to the exit sign, and once you tap into them, you will notice them more and more. When you begin to recognize deception, the mist begins to clear. It is not just about the lies you've been told, it is about the programming that has been instilled deep within you. Recognize that, and the higher aspects of self shall become more apparent. On top of that, recognize the imbalance that is implanted on a daily basis through that which you eat, drink, spray, touch, and ingest. Your world has been touched with all things that you harm on purpose yet disguise as the best possible thing for you. Many of you are now cutting the strings that the puppet's masters control. Yes, we are. Yet, it is quite disturbing to see so many that are still so unaware, so totally unaware.